In this short video, I would like to show you how we could use formative assessments to improve student engagement with learning materials on Moodle. Now, here I have a dummy economics module page that contains weekly resources and additional learning materials. Now, I will switch to student view. This is the student view of the main page with basic information and some learning materials. As you can see, a new student enrolled on this module will only have access to week 1 Introduction to Economics resources. So in order for them to access the week 2 and further weekly resources, they would need to pass the quiz. So this is the formative assessment. We'll pause here and then have a look here that this information says this is a non-assessed quiz and students will need to um, pass the quiz with a 40% mark, at least 40% mark, or they need to make at least 3 attempts. So by the end of the week, students would have in a typical case would have engaged with these resources and would need to then pass the quiz in order to progress to the next week's resources. So let's test that. So I'm going to go and then do the quiz quickly. You have a control over when to release this quiz to students, and also you can set a time limit. I think setting a time limit is helpful because then students will also kind of experience the time pressure of doing the quiz. And also if you have especially timed quiz midterm exams or sort of summative assessments, then this is helpful exercise. And here I specify the 3 attempts that students need to make if they do not pass in any of the attempts. So after 3 attempts, students will automatically be given access to week 2 resources. Hopefully, the students engage with the resources after the first 2 fails. So we'll go ahead and then attempt the quiz. In this formative assessment, I have 10 questions. Let's do the quiz and fail at first attempt. Now here we have the results, 3 out of 10, so that's a 30%, and this is a clear fail, so students will not be allowed to progress to next week. So this is the first week resources that we had access to before, and as you can see, there is no second week resource, so the second week hasn't been revealed to the student. We'll attempt the quiz one more time, so quiz 1 again. So we'll reattempt the quiz. Student has now scored 40% or so correctly answered 4 out of 10 questions. So this is a pass. Scroll, go back, and so let's minimize this. Yes, now we have access to second week resources. So this is been done. We passed the quiz, and as a result, the system has allowed us to go to now second week. Now the same process is now repeated here. Students will have to engage all the resources, and by the end of the week, they will have to pass this week 2 quiz in order to get access to week 3 here. So that's how we could use formative assessments in the form of Moodle quizzes to induce student engagement with the resources.